You want to see some nice bubble bursters for the Ukraine-Russia situation?
Of course.
All right, so there's two. Number one, headline, Ukraine blocks trans women refugees. They are men, must go back and fight. The Ukrainian government is refusing to allow transgender women to leave the country, along with the millions of women and children refugees, blah, blah, blah. So they're just like, get out of line, Ingrid, or whatever your name is, come back.
And they also have like these little disclosures. I think it was on the Peace Corps website where it's like if you go volunteer over there, they'll call black people the N-word.
Yeah.
And they'll call them like racial terms and like bad names.
Hold on, I want to read the quote from the trans thing. There's a quote, Ukrainian border guards undress you and touch you everywhere, Judas says. You can see on their faces, they're wondering, what are you? Like you're some kind of animal or something. Like checking for dicks before you flee the country.
Like, if you got one, you got to go back.
Hey, I guess this is the trans thing's a worldwide thing.
And then they also they say some racist stuff too. So it's like the left is
Do you want me to read that?
Yeah, read a quote from that.
This is too funny. So this is from the Peace Corps. The Peace Corps' website. It is not uncommon for Ukrainian to refer to African Americans as N-word. Volunteers of color may be called a monkey or may see children's games with blackface. Again, this is a quote from the Peace Corps. Being aware of the history of dehumanization for people of African descent may help inform where this comes from. It does not justify it. It will be at your discretion to determine the intent, blah, blah, blah. But like, hey, just so you know, they might call you the N-word.
Yeah.
Go fight. They might call you a monkey and the N-word.
Yeah, go help them though. And also there's generals on Ukraine's side that gave the orders to castrate Russian prisoners of war. So it's like if you're a leftist,
You want me to play that?
No, you don't have to. Everyone's probably seen it.
the headline.
But if you're a leftist supporting Ukraine, you have to kind of support at times racist, anti-trans, literal Nazis,
Literal Nazi battalion. So
yeah. So it's like you have to
Slava Ukraine.
Not every time. You have to be selective, and there's you have to look at it in context. You have to flesh it out a little bit. When you call Americans Nazis and pretend the January 6th people were so bad, but now you have this, and now you have to we support a little Nazis here and there.
And then did you see that some more Redditors got some more Ukrainians killed?
Oh yeah,
from posting content.
We were talking about that last week.
Yeah, well there was another one. This guy, it's a video of a Ukrainian playing a violin. And like, wow, this is so beautiful in the face of all this. We're still playing a violin. And then 4chan posted some pics of like that building with a recognizable support beam just blown out because the metadata was on there.
The Redditors had metadata on the post, and they were posting some like thing that they thought was going to be like, yeah, Ukraine, we're here.
Huge for morale, huge boost.
And they all got blown out, like we literally said last week.
Yep. So you'll see that on Tucker in like 7 days or something.
Yeah, exactly. Where are all the videos from Russia, Ukraine?
A lot of people have been DMing me and asking me that. Like, where's Snapchat? Where's
anything? It's like there's all these people, there's millions of people there with phones on social media.
Yeah. They all have it.
And people are like, oh, you're just not looking for it. You're just not seeing it. It's like, I'm pretty much tapped into every video ever.
I'm scrounging.
And I don't see anything. You think there would be tons. I don't see anything. So that's weird. That's weird to me.
Yeah, that's a red flag, if you will.
Candace got into a fight with the New York Times. This is actually a great back and forth. She was saying how Ukraine's corrupt and what are we getting involved in? Why are we doing this? How is this America's best interest? Then the New York Times reaches out to her and they're like, you said Ukraine's corrupt. Do you care to expand on that?
Yeah, it's like these emails from the press are always like half threats, like where we're going to shoot you, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got any armor on your leg, like with a gun? Because it's like, it's just so slanted, Hi there, I'm writing from the New York Times. We're working on a story about Russian messaging that includes some of your comments. We note that you advanced the idea of Ukraine was a corrupt country, which matched comments we've seen from Russian state media. Well, is it true or does it just match?
Yeah.
And then the writer goes, I'm wondering if you have any context or further comment to add about this comparison. We are finalizing the story today. And it's always like we're about to drop a bomb on you. Any comment? Muppet,
you need to know in 20 minutes.
And then so Candace obviously clapped back extremely hard and sent them their own articles
about all the corruption in Ukraine.
About all the corruption in Ukraine. And goes, yeah, I have the receipts. So
yeah, so we love to see that, and it's just the same example as Disney. New York Times is an established corporation that established itself by being fair and honest for all these years, built its credibility up, and then bam, tentacle in deep state. Bad.
sorry. I don't think there's a single journalist out there anymore who goes into a situation just open-minded and being like, I'll see what the information gives me, and then I'll write up my piece. And if they are, they're extremely hard to find because it's just like, all right, I'm doing a propaganda hit piece about how right-wingers are doing Russian propaganda. Let's go swing on Candace. And it's like, dude, you told me this stuff.
And then when I started doing street videos and going out, it wasn't to do that for the other side. It was literally just interviewing people and hearing what they're saying and give like a neutral, but like I had my own biases. And then that ended up being real journalism.
But you went out there. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you showed
I was
them.
like, oh, like, what are you doing here? And let them talk and then showed what they said.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I'm going to pull one word out and then pretend you guys are all Nazis or whatever they do. And then also there was before we move on from the Reddit part, there was a message sent to Putin. It was from this guy right here.
Oh, yeah, that was a good message.
Yeah, this is strong. I hope Putin doesn't see this.
Putin's just looking down on his phone. Fuck.
Special message for Vladimir Putin. I hope Putin doesn't see this. This would be devastating for the Russians.
Some American bitch boy painted his nails.
American. Yeah, for the audio only, it's some American bitch boy, soy boy with Ukraine flag painted on his nails.
Yeah.
And he says, fuck Vladimir Putin or whatever. Last thing of Ukraine that we want to touch on this week.
You think hold on. Do you think Redditors are going to keep getting people killed?
Yeah, 100%. But I think people are going to stop showing up.
Yeah, me too.
Which is smart, and no one should go there.
Me too. Did you see that meme? Hold on, before we get into this, where it's like, I planned on it's like some beta guy who's joining the volunteers. It's like, I planned on using my military history to advise generals, and it's like, go out in that field and draw the sniper fire, expectations versus reality.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you listen to propaganda and then go, oh my God, the Ghost of Kiev has our backs, like, we're going to go fight for freedom. The Marvel characters always win.